So my name is Javaris, and I'm going to speak on why hoarding is bad for the environment. Hoarding is a OCD. If you don't know what OCD is, it's a obsessive compulsionary disorder, and what that is like, for instance, if you're going through depression, you have the need to let's say clean or make sure, like, how you have your clean freaks and they like to clean everything and stuff like that. And also you have people that normally like to collect things, and collecting things can lead to hoarding. So hoarding is OCD, and it normally just comes from people who like to collect a lot of items, but they never find the need to use them. And so that is a big thing in American society today, because hoarding it just causes a bad ozone hazard for the environment. The air quality starts to go down, and you just have a lot of pileup, and it's not good to live in that type of environment for yourself and for your family if you have any. So I'm going to sit and talk about the topic of hoarding today. Basically, what I know about hoarding, from what I've seen, in the episodes of hoarding, it's always the family trying to get that person out of the hoarding environment. But the person has been in the filth and the junk for so long, and they've gotten so used to all of that air quality. It's hard for them to kind of leave that environment, and that's typical in today's environment. So it's kind of bad. At the same time, it's also pretty bad to be living in that type of air quality. So also with the hoarding, you have specialists trying to come in and clean out all of that trash and stuff, and it kind of takes away from that person, because they're like I said, they're so attached to that stuff, and you never will understand why, because the stuff that you normally see in those episodes of hoarders, you'll be like, why would you even have that in your vicinity of you? People have like already used rolls of toilet paper, or they'll still be holding on to it. Oh, I need that for what? Like, we as people will never understand why people will hold on to items and stuff like that. And also, I want to tie back to the book that we were reading in my environmental science class. It's called Garbology, and it talked about like how it's a group called my teacher just told me that it's called they're like pigs, but at the same time they kind of went around cleaning up the city of that the book was based in. I forget the city, but it's never a good sight to see. If you know, or if you have seen the episode of Hoarders, it makes you sick to your stomach to see that people are actually living in that type of environment, and it makes you think, how can I help someone? Because we all may know somebody that hoards. I know I do. I'm from the Metro Atlanta area, and I've seen it myself. It's sad to see that people actually have to live in that environment, and they've gotten so used to it, and it's not good. It's not good at all to be living in that, especially for your children. If you have young children, they could get caught in that rubble, and it would be sad for you and your family to have to go through something like that. So it causes bad air quality issues, sanitation issues. You get in trouble with your city, because you have all that trash and filth in your house, because you never know, it could be under the city that you live in. They can have special regulations on whether you can't have all this stuff in your house. So it creates a whole lot of disaster and catastrophe for you and your family to be living in. So honestly, I'm not okay with it. I don't agree with it. I feel that if you want to hoard something, it it shouldn't even be to the extent that literally living in filth and trash, because some of the stuff that you have is not useful. You're never going to use it. You're holding on to something that literally is trash, and it's not good for you to be compiling up in that. So I totally disagree with it. I feel that it's a big waste, and it's a big catastrophe for you and for your health. So do not do it. It's totally unsafe, and that's where I will wrap up this presentation.